a lot of speculation about how the Premier League season is going to finish. This is what Rio Ferdinand had to say on Instagram. I just think the Premier League should be void. Void it. I know there's going to be a lot of Liverpool fans going, oh, Rio, just because you used to play for Manchester United. I just don't see a way that that can be done where health isn't compromised. Simple as that. We all love it, but it ain't life or death. You've got to put people's health before anything. Well, let's welcome Julien to the show to discuss this. Jules, what do you make of Ferdinand's point?
Well, I think Rio is just expressing a view that a lot of people have here in the UK, which is that if you cannot resume the season in a short time from now on, then what's the point of trying to finishing it? And if you can't finish it, then it has to be void. So we know that the Premier League has officially announced that there will be no football at least until April the 30th, a bit like the Bundesliga have just done today, like you said. But what if, for example, we could not play football again until October? What would you do? Would you still want to finish the 1920 season, which then will mess up the next season, the 2021 one? Or would you just say, well, we can't finish the current one, the 1920 season, so we would have to either void it or find a way of declaring the champions, which should be Liverpool, really, because they're so ahead of everyone, and then declaring the teams that will go into the Europa League, the Champions League, and what you do with promotion and relegation to the Championship and from the Championship. And Rio is saying, and even if we do that, even if we can resume, what about the health of people? That should be the priority. If it's not completely healthy for people to go back and play football, to have staff on the bench, even if you play behind closed doors, we should not resume the season. And then if you can't resume the season, then we have to void it because we won't finish it. So a lot of people share that view. A lot of people as well think that even behind closed doors, we should not play football matches at that kind of level. So we should void it too. So again, you've got different opinions, different views. I'm not sure what we should do until we know a bit better when we will be able to play football, if we can play football at some point. But Rio, certainly for him, is like, if we can't play again very soon, then there's no point finishing it. And if we can't finish it, it has to be void.
You've got to crown Liverpool champions, though.
You have to. I mean, I don't. Even if you can't finish the season, you can't resume it because, as we've just explained, it might take us a few more months to declare the whole situation completely healthy for people to play football again, or basketball, or other sports, or going back to work in a healthy environment. But even if you can't resume it, you've got 9 games left to play, 10 games, 11, depending on what teams still have games to play. Liverpool are 25 points clear. It would be so unfair not to crown them champions after the season they've just had, the only one defeat at Watford that they've had. Even if you can't resume and play the remaining games of the season, they have to be champions. There's no debate about it.
I understand your point about, if we can't get back to be playing until October, but still we're 75% through this season. It won't take that long, really, in practice to wrap it all up.
That's right, you're right. So it's a fair point. I guess you need, if you dump the FA Cup, which is the only domestic cup that you still have to be played in the UK, and then Europa League and Champions League are a different matter. So then really you've got 10 dates to find to play those 10 remaining games, or 11 in the case of Man City and Arsenal. That's doable. You could do it over, you play 2 games a week, so it should not take too long, over 5 or 6 weeks. You could do it. But you still need that window of 5 to 6 weeks free, where it's healthy, where you, I guess, have to play behind closed door, because if you want to wait for fans to go back in the stadium, you will probably have to wait even longer than that. But when will you find those 5 to 8 weeks? If it's in July, then I think you should be playing and finish the season. But what if it's in September or October? Do you still find those 5 and 6 weeks and then decide what to do with the following season, considering that could mess it up completely, even more than what it would be messed up already? It's a tough one. I think that you might be able to play mid-June, and then if you're allowed to play in mid-June, then you can finish the season, even probably play the remaining games of the FA Cup, and then I think you'll be okay to resume the following season in September, mid-September maybe.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.